The first part of this recipe will be buttered rice. The ingredients for this rice will include white rice, onion flakes, garlic, fresh garlic, butter, chicken bouillon, and frozen mixed veggies. You will also be needing water. The cooking tools you will need include a frying pan with a lid, a butter knife, a measuring cup, a strainer, a spoon, a cooking ladle, whatever you need, and a measuring spoon for the oil. Before heating the pan, I mince the garlic with a knife. After I mince the garlic, I wash 2 cups of white rice in water until the water was coming out clear. At this point, you should be adding a tablespoon of oil, whichever oil you prefer, into the frying pan. Heat it in medium heat. Following this, you will add the garlic and the onion flakes. I use dried onion flakes instead of mincing onion. I also added the chicken bouillon and I fried it a little bit until tender and clear. Make sure you don't burn the garlic at this point or the onion. Once the onion is kind of transparent, that's when you can add the 2 cups of rice. Mix it in. At this point, you could also add the frozen veggies. Mix it in and let it fry. Don't let it get too brown. Of course, at this point with the chicken bouillon, you'll be adding the butter, so the color might seem a little brown, but you have to see a little bit of more of a toasted color on it. Once the rice is nice and toasted, you add, for 2 cups of rice, I added 3 cups of water. The bag recommended 4 cups. I did not do that. I like it a little bit more on the dry side. Plus, you gotta factor in the butter. I did put like half a bar of butter. So, you know. Once you have added the water, bring it to a boil. After it's boiling, bring it down to uh, the lowest temperature or close. So it could either be low or between 1 and 3 if you have numbers on your stove. Um, you'll do this for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how much liquid, how much butter you put on it. It could take a little bit longer for it to be ready. My rice took about 30 minutes to be made. This was the final product. The second dish we made, which was all part of this dish, but the second part we focused on was the salmon. The ingredients included just salmon, rosemary, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt, pepper, and white pepper and black pepper. That's kind of the seasoning we use. We also use oil. I also added a little bit of butter. I prefer butter. I prefer frying my salmon in butter. As far as cooking tools that you'll need a frying pan, oil, cutting board, and a knife in order to cut down the fillet of the salmon that you buy. Unless you buy pre-cut, you can buy frozen salmon that's already pre-cut into smaller serving size, but it depends on what you purchase. And here's my salmon ready to be served, nicely cooked. The final piece of this recipe is a spicy avocado salsa. The ingredients include avocado, serrano peppers, a quarter of a onion, cilantro, garlic cloves, a quarter cup of plain yogurt. This is mostly non-fat, lemon juice, powdered onion, powdered garlic, salt to taste, and that included the ingredients. So what you're going to do is you're going to put all the ingredients kind of chopped into the blender, and you're going to liquefy it. You're going to add water or chicken stock if you have that, depending on what you want to do. I think water works fine. Some people substitute the yogurt with milk. It's traditionally, I've seen it more done with milk, but I kind of started doing it with yogurt, and that's just, I think, has worked for me. It's up to you. So remember, you can do it with water, or you can do it with milk, half water, or half yogurt, half water, which is what I did for this recipe. So here is the pureed liquid salsa. I know I didn't really give exact measurements for this, but this is a salsa that, like most salsas, it's up to whoever's creating it. It could either be your taste or who you're serving it to. Um, if you kind of want to know what I added 4 serrano peppers. I personally didn't find it spicy. I don't think I have a tolerance for spice, but if you ask someone else, they'll say, wow, Juan really likes spicy food. Um, so again, how much cilantro, how much garlic, um, how much milk, or how you want to substitute that. Maybe you want to add more avocado, less cilantro, less onion. It's up to you. You can kind of just go with it. Um, but I do recommend that you at least add 2 avocados in order for it to have that rich avocado taste. So here we have the final plate. I served it on a bed of rice with salmon and then the salsa on top. That is how I would typically serve it. Um, in this picture, I would say that's a serving size for 2 people. The rice is probably a serving size for 3 people. You should probably pair this with like non-starch veggies, because the veggies in the rice are definitely starchy and um, count into your carbs. So maybe with a spinach salad or something like that, or a cactus salad, that would be so delicious. But this image is for um, just display purposes, and you kind of get an idea and how it should look when you serve it for yourself or someone else. So the verdict on this recipe is I do find it easy. I don't think it's very difficult. It's very delicious. I love it. Um, but it can be kind of complicated because it is doing 3 different things, whereas um, other recipes, if it's just like a one dish, it's a lot easier. But up to you. I recommend it. You should try it and let me know how it went for you.